Ondo Finance has hit $1 again. Let's revisit Ondo Finance. We've been looking at it several times on this channel. Let's look at the on-chain metrics most people aren't considering. Let's see who's buying and selling here. Let's try to find out how much longer this rally can last. I've been trading Ondo Finance as well, and I've made several videos on it. This is video number 1, outperformed the regular video quite a bit. Here's video number 2, video number 3. Every single video did better than the average video, and I hope this one will be no different. Of course, because we are looking at data most people aren't considering, catching waves early, and thus covered Ondo when it was already at 28 cents. Talked about it again at 40 cents, then at 89. And here we go. Now we are at above $1. With, of course, a bit of drama in between. We went sideways for quite a while. Now there's a reason for this recent rally, and that's adoption. When we look at the total value locked metrics, so at the metrics that measure how much capital is currently locked up in the Ondo Finance DeFi system, then this is the impressive chart. In January of last year, we were pretty much at no total value locked at all. And since March of this year, this is changing quite a bit, more than a 2.5x in the capital on Ondo Finance. And most of this is on the Ethereum chain. And so I'm not going to walk you through the marketing jazz on the website. We're not going to look at the fundamentals too much in this video. We've already covered that in prior videos. Just one very important thing to note: the price dynamics are very likely going to change in the middle of January of next year, when the floating Ondo tokens will more than double. So be aware of that unlock. Prices might spike and crash and spike and crash, because probably a lot of people are going to bet on falling prices with an increase of supply. But when there is enough speculation around falling prices, then short squeezes might happen. I'm not going to explain short squeezes again. Simply think of GameStop, right? When enough people bet on falling prices, then it can be profitable to buy up the price and then force the people that bet on falling prices to buy back the token for a higher price. So if enough people are bearish, if enough people bet on falling prices, the price might actually go up, at least short term. So be prepared for volatility in both directions in the middle of January of next year. Now let's look at the more short term. Let's have a look at why the price is currently going up. Is this small retail that's buying? Is this the whales that are pushing up the price? What's actually happening here? To answer this question, I've built a tool that I make available to the premium members. If you want to get access to this tool and plug in any Ethereum token in this and look at the statistics, feel free to check it out. It's down below. TheBitcoinStrategy.com is the link. And on the left side, we see the number of wallets that hold at least 1,000 Ondo tokens. So that's what I consider small retail. That's roughly $1,000 at the current price. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. So that's now a minimum holding of $10,000. On the right, we've got $100,000 of minimum holding. That's what I'd consider the whales. So there are different price dynamics here. We do see more constant accumulation by small retail relative to the large whales. But let's zoom in here in the last month. Let's see what's causing this rally here. Who is buying? Yeah, the same kind of charts, but only for the last month. Small retail is continuing to accumulate quite a lot. The number of small retail investors grew by roughly 20% in the last month. The number of medium-sized retail also grew. It's a bit less than small retail, maybe by around 12% or so. The number of whales went down slightly. Not much, but by roughly 3%. So the price of Ondo Finance really gets supported by the retail investor, and the whale investor tends to rather sell. The retail accumulation was also the main reason why I bought into Ondo Finance back in the days. I've already sold my stake, so I'm not participating in the current rally. Right now, this very short-term rally is also a little bit dangerous. There is long-term accumulation by retail, that's good, but there is one effect that's not so good about these last few days. And that effect is described here behind me. Have a look at the trading volume of Ondo Finance. What we see here is the perpetual futures market. So this is not the spot market, this is the derivatives market. So the market for levered bets on the price. And there is a ton of trading volume on Binance. In other words, there is also manipulation by the whales here in the very short term. The spot market isn't yet dominated by Binance, but the perpetual futures market is. And so yes, I do believe Ondo Finance can continue to outperform Ethereum, but right now in the very short term, there is a bit of a danger that this is to a degree also propped up by the whales. This retail accumulation is great, but this perpetual futures trading volume isn't. And so I believe it's likely that at some point Ondo Finance will trade again below $1, but in the next months or so, if overall crypto stays somewhat healthy, then I do think that the US dollar valuation of Ondo can continue to rise. It won't necessarily do another 10 or 100x, for that it's already too large, but there is adoption of the real platform, there is constant accumulation by small and medium-sized retail, and there's also some degree of support by Binance. Of course, that kind of support gets manipulated up and down, so be aware of the potential volatility. It's not that easy to trade this actively. I cover Ondo Finance very regularly on this channel, so feel free to subscribe to not miss the next video. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. And feel free to also join us on Telegram. There's a free Telegram channel. Link is as well down below.